most dramatic press conferences in recent history.
Turn this
The
up a little
sitting
bit.
president of the United States announced today that he has cancer.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on.
Now, traditionally, it's the job of the
Go back.
Good
What did you
evening
just
and
say?
welcome to Tucker Carlson Tonight. In one of the most dramatic press conferences in recent history, the sitting president of the United States announced today that he has cancer.
Whoa. I mean, Joe Biden just told America he has cancer.
Now, traditionally, it's the job of the White House physician to update the public on significant changes to the president's health.
Facts.
But in a striking and honestly poignant break with protocol, Joe Biden decided to drop the bracing news himself. Here he is.
That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why can't, for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation.
Wait a minute. I don't even think he announced that on purpose. Wait. It's not funny, but I don't think he was supposed to say that. The way that came out, that didn't sound like he was supposed to say it. Oh no! Alright, all seriousness this time. This is serious.
Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation.
Honestly poignant break with protocol, Joe Biden decided to drop the bracing news himself. Here he is.
That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer. And why can't, for the longest time, Delaware had the highest cancer rate in the nation.
I have cancer, Joe Biden said, and I got it from growing up in Delaware. And with that, Biden left the stage, taking no questions about his condition. What kind of cancer does Joe Biden have?
Yeah,
what is his
what kind of
long-term
cancer?
prognosis? And is Delaware really that bad? Parts of it are not beautiful, that is true, but can an entire state be a carcinogen? At this point,
Cancer?
we can't say. We are hearing word tonight that Biden may have misspoken, rattled no doubt by the stress of his diagnosis. It is
But
likely that, in
still,
fact, it's not cancer Joe
That
Biden
boy ain't
had,
healthy.
but dementia. Simple mistake. We'll get an update from our own in-house physician, Dr. Mark Siegel, in just a moment.
I don't know, is it just me or has the weather been like extremely but when it gets hot, it's like really, really hot. So apparently there's been heat waves.
Here in the United States, an oppressive heat wave is spreading toward the East Coast. As CNN's Athena Jones reports, local leaders are begging residents to exercise extreme caution.
I know it's hard where I'm from, but I just can't
West
take it
Africa,
right now.
visiting
More than 100
New
million
York City.
Americans under heat alerts in more than 24 states.
Try to find a pool if you
Texas
can. If
duh.
not, try to stay in air conditioning.
Dallas and Oklahoma City both forecast to hit highs above 105 today.
You know, summers can be hot in Texas, but this is unlike anything that I've seen.
The extreme heat is not helping firefighters in Texas who are battling brush fires. The Chalk Mountain fire burned thousands of acres yesterday, and a fast-moving brush fire in Palo Pinto County destroyed homes. Firefighters are asking people to be cautious.
Be careful with sparks. Be careful with any kind of fire if you're outside.
Yeah, that's hot.
Follow burn bans.
In Paris, Arkansas, some people still do not have power following strong storms on Sunday. The area under an excessive heat warning.
It was miserably hot.
I was up and down all night because it was too hot. I was sweaty. I sweat so bad.
The heat also building in the Northeast. New York, Philadelphia, and Boston are expected to see a heat index around 100 degrees today.
This is serious heat, and we're really concerned about those particular pre-existing respiratory conditions.
Heat is the #1 cause of weather-related deaths in the U.S. One heat expert says if you have air conditioning, stay inside. But if you don't,
if they don't, to have windows open with a fan to cool off their extremities, their feet, their hands, and cool ice baths, put cold towels on the back of their necks, and to...
I think I've heard enough. So, what's wrong with Texas right now? Have you guys noticed that they've been having like the weirdest weather? Yeah, I get that it gets hot there. I used to go there a lot when I was a kid, and yeah, there was days where it got over 100. We've seen that a couple times. But didn't like earlier this year, like a year before, it like had a huge snowstorm? I don't know, that's weird. That is weird. They cool, y'all. They cool. Have you been trying to buy a house lately and you realize you cannot afford it? Well, apparently, home prices hit a new all-time high in June, even as home sales declined for the 5th straight month. So apparently the median price for a home was up to about $416,000, which is up 13.4 from last year. And they're saying that in terms of like from June to May this past year, sales went down 5.4%. And then if you do that same math from the previous year, went down 14.2%. So they're saying that falling housing affordability continues to take a toll on potential home buyers. That Lawrence Young, both mortgage rates and home prices have risen too sharply in a short span of time. And yeah, finally there are more homes on the market, said Young. Home prices are selling very quickly, but homes priced too high are deterring prospective buyers. So what that means is that we are about to have a bubble, because people can't afford houses, and houses are gonna just stay empty. People need places to live, but houses will stay empty. Good thing I'm renting. Alright, so apparently back in 2021, South Korea had showed off this like new KF-21 jet that they were gonna start producing. And so, I mean, honestly, the jet looks pretty cool. You can see the production on it is pretty awesome looking, actually. You know, you never really seen like how do people develop jets, right? And it's just wild to see what everything kind of looks like. But when it comes down to this jet, the reason why it's kind of important is because this is going to be replacing a lot of older jets that South Korea had, which is going to give them better like hacking and defense capabilities for their own nation. And of course they want to just make sure that they can flex a little bit on North Korea because they still have older generation jets apparently. And so this jet recently went airborne, and we're gonna watch it fly. I mean, it looks like it's ready to go. Young Hawk. Fighting Hawk. Looking good. Ooh, look at those missiles at the bottom. Those missiles is gonna F somebody up. But apparently this is supposed to be a fighter jet, so this is supposed to be more for like air-to-air like missiles and like fighting in the air versus the old ones they're replacing. They're gonna be more for like ground targets still, but it's kind of a big thing a little bit just because now South Korea can make jets. Apparently by like 2032 they're supposed to have like 100 of these things made or something like that. They're gonna start production like 2028, I assume, once they get all the materials and everything needed to make these, because these are not going to be cheap to make. I was looking at the pricing on them. Oh my god, they are expensive. But, you know, congratulations to them on getting that operational and getting that going. Look at all this. All right, so apparently Rwanda is getting some answers to some problems that they've been having when it comes down to transporting goods and produces around. And we're going to watch as to what that solution is. Kind of cool looking, actually, to be honest with you. Let's go.
So the ox truck was designed to solve a problem in that existing car manufacturers and truck manufacturers are not designing vehicles that are suitable for the
kind of icy, bro.
Bad conditions, bad rain that we find in
I mean, it's
areas.
not the coolest looking car, but
they're also very expensive. So the ox truck was designed from the get-go, from the very start, as flat packable, as simple to assemble. We'll do the assembly in Rwanda. Simple to maintain, simple to operate. At the end of the day, we are a logistics company. Serving the rural areas, yes, and using an electric truck because it makes the most economic and practical sense to do so.
Oh, it's electric. That's cool. I've seen a lot with ox trucks.
ntago byaba byinshi ariko ngereranyije naho narindi icyo gihe naho ndi ubu ngubu aho
nice.
I was saying I can't think of another country where I could have set up a company within 5 months and hired people, been shipping coffee. Our first kilo was coffee.
They send the cars out there to be made out of Rwanda. That's
cool.
Would have been
possible. And then third, I was looking around at the peer group of companies, such as people such as Ampersand, as REM, VW Move, all engaged in mobility and doing a great job at it. So we.
All those cars driving backwards.
We then
Is this how the country goes?
The right place to start.
That ain't right.
Right place to invest in.
Nah, I know that it's a backwards film, but pretty cool, right? Electric vehicles. Apparently, these are supposed to be going out around the world as well too to help bring better, efficient vehicles. My only problem is these places that say they want energy efficiency, but then they don't keep the things that make the energy. So you have to figure out where this energy is going to come from. And there's a lot of countries right now that are very short on energy because they're trying to be efficient. So thanks for watching. That was fun. Let's do some more of those. Come back again. Can't wait to see you then. Bye now.